Despite Enzo Maresca having to deal with some injury concerns and managing a reduced squad over the next 2 weeks, Chelsea are still looking forward to international call-ups. While many of the Blues stars will be away on international duty, those remaining at Cobham, such as Jadon Sancho and Reece James, remain focused on regaining their fitness as they look to return to top form. Chelsea players set to feature for their countries during the international break include Noni Madueke, who is in the England squad after fellow internationals Levi Colwill and Cole Palmer withdrew through injury. Madueke will be hoping to get some game time against Ireland and Greece, especially with Bukayo Saka also out. Portugal will also be home to Chelsea trio Renato Veiga, Pedro Neto, and João Felix, who will face Croatia and Poland in the Nations League. Veiga will be hoping to continue his positive momentum after a successful senior debut. Elsewhere, Christopher Nkunku and Wesley Fofana are in line to feature for France against Israel and Italy, although there are doubts over Fofana, who is likely to remain in London. Elsewhere, Mykhailo Mudryk and Nicholas Jackson will carry the weight of hope for Ukraine and Senegal, while Romeo Lavia has earned his first call-up for Belgium in 18 months after impressing for Chelsea. Youngsters will also be involved in international action, with Philip Jorgensen fighting for game time for Denmark under-21 and Lucas Bergstrom seeking to guide Finland under-21 to the European under-21 Championship. Malo Gusto and Cesare Casade will be in contention at under-21 level for France, under-21 against Italy, under-21, and Ukraine under-21 respectively. With many players called up for international duty, Chelsea will be looking forward to having them back in fighting shape to face the next challenges in the Premier League and beyond. In the next 2 weeks, youngsters such as Spain under-19, Marc Guiu will also be looking to battle it out against the Faroe Islands, Kosovo and Austria, demonstrating the depth of Chelsea's international talent. With high spirits and full of hope, Chelsea hope the players who have been called up can achieve success with their countries, while continuing to strengthen the club's position in all competitions. Chelsea are reportedly open to a January transfer for Christopher Nkunku. According to L'Equipe, the French striker, who has struggled for regular playing time at Stamford Bridge, is now being targeted by 2 European giants, Manchester United and Paris Saint-Germain. Nkunku, who previously shone at RB Leipzig, moved to Chelsea with high hopes last summer. However, the reality has not lived up to expectations. Despite his stellar reputation, the 26-year-old has only played 152 minutes in the Premier League from the 9 matches he has played. Most of his playing time has come in the UEFA Europa Conference League and EFL Cup, far from the starting position he wants. According to a report from Telegraph Football, Chelsea are now ready to sell Nkunku in the January transfer window, but only if they can recoup the £52 million they paid for him. This high figure is likely to trigger fierce competition between the 2 big clubs, Manchester United and PSG. Manchester United are reportedly interested in bringing in Nkunku to strengthen their attacking line, which is still lacking in sharpness. Meanwhile, PSG, the club where Nkunku started his professional career, are also said to be interested in bringing the player back. However, in an interview with Telefoot last month, Nkunku himself appeared to take the rumors with a relaxed attitude, even laughing when asked about the possibility of a return to the Parc des Princes. However, Sky Sports Germany reports that Nkunku has no plans to move in January. However, if the situation does not improve by the summer, he is likely to consider leaving Chelsea. With Chelsea now open to selling him, Nkunku's future at Stamford Bridge is becoming increasingly uncertain. 2 big clubs, PSG and Manchester United, are now ready to compete for the £52 million player. We will have to wait and see how this transfer drama develops. Arsenal suffered another major blow in their Premier League title race on Sunday. Despite taking an early lead at Stamford Bridge, they were held to a 1-1 draw by Chelsea. Gabriel Martinelli opened the scoring in the 60th minute with a fierce shot from a tight angle, but just 10 minutes later, Pedro Neto equalised with a low drive into the bottom corner. After that, despite several golden chances, Arsenal failed to secure victory. However, there was one thing worth noting from this match. Marc Cucurella once again showed his ability to stop the threat of Bukayo Saka, Arsenal's very dangerous winger. This is not the first time Cucurella has managed to trap Saka. In fact, in the last Euro final, he managed to shut down Saka's movement with very effective tactics. At Stamford Bridge, he did it again. What makes Cucurella so effective against Saka? The answer lies in his very clever tactics and setup. Cucurella immediately applied strong physical pressure as soon as Saka received the ball. In this way, he forced Saka to make quicker decisions and move in undesirable directions, away from his usual operating space. However, what was more impressive was how Cucurella did not just wait in his usual position. He was clever in choosing a starting position that cut off Saka's inside lane. Cucurella put himself in a tight position, leaving Saka to choose between passing him or running to the outside of the pitch. And when Saka tried to get inside, Cucurella was quick to press and prevent him. As the game progressed, Cucurella chose not to get involved too much in direct duels. Instead, he forced Saka to try to pass him on the outside, isolating the young Englishman and preventing him from breaking into his usual deep channels. The match featured a balanced tactical duel between Mikel Arteta and Enzo Maresca. Each coach responded to each other, although in the end, the draw achieved by both teams kept them stuck in the middle of the standings. Arsenal missed a great opportunity to close the gap on the leaders, while Chelsea still have a lot to overcome to improve their form. However, one thing is clear. Marc Cucurella once again showed why he is a nightmare for Bukayo Saka. Enzo Maresca recently gave an exclusive interview to Sky Sports, "Questions I've Always Wanted to Ask a Manager." In the light-hearted session, Maresca answered a variety of quirky questions from fans, ranging from whether there is a dress code for managers to whether he wears a tracksuit because he likes it or for some other reason. However, while Maresca's answers appear relaxed, his serious and focused expression cannot be hidden, especially when he begins to reveal details about his preparations for the Premier League match. Behind his calm demeanor, Maresca showed just how deep and intense his preparation is, even after the game has finished. Maresca said, "Actually, as soon as the last game is over, for most managers, we start thinking about the next game. After that, I start watching the games, clips, and our analysts prepare things for us." It is often assumed that managers can enjoy a break after a game, but for me, it's not that easy. Sometimes we try to take a break, but especially when we play every 3 days, it's more complicated. Once a week is more relaxed. Even more interesting, Maresca explained how detailed and lengthy his preparations were to face his opponent. "Our meetings used to be quite short, 10 to 15 minutes, no more. We watch games, for example, for the next Premier League game, we'll watch the last 8 games of the opponents," he says. With such thorough preparation, Maresca seems to give a clear picture of how hard and serious the job of a Premier League manager is. Every second and decision counts, and that's where all the focus is.